It does nothing really, but
Oh, he's got a. Oh, he gets feedback on 2
oh,
ghosts. And he's going to lose all those ghosts. It's really poor ghost control there. He should have waited until at least personal cloaking was done. But anyways, 100 damage on that EMP for energy and shields. Oh, feedbacks
getting
every
all
single
those
ghost. Oh man, this Terran is in a really bad spot now. He has no EMP to deal with Archons and no EMP to deal with High Templar. He's even got 4 High Templar left.
Tries to get in a better position.
Oh, this is going to be bad for this Terran.
Up too. I don't know what's going to happen here. Actually, he's going to pretty much mount up and leave.
4 charge loss moving into the gold expansion of the Terran. I don't know if he sees it yet. He's going to run into these units. Going to get cleaned up here. Deals a little bit of damage, trades some supply there. Drop heading down towards the third of the Protoss from Ice. It's loaded up. He's sending 2 medevacs with only 1 loaded with units. Oh, and there it is. There's a big Doom Drop coming into the main of Protoss. He's got some Stalkers there. Maybe he can pick some off before they drop it. He's not in the right position. He's going to drop in this third expansion while the main.
Going in at the Protoss' main third. Not going to do as much damage, though, but the Colossus actually will probably pick it up. But will the Marines actually take it out first?
Protoss is heading to counterattack right into the Terran main there. He's got all of its units, and
so much attacks going on at once.
Looks like the third base gets cleaned up, but the main is just absolutely going to be destroyed. So it looks like we're in a base trade situation here. Eventually these armies are going to meet, and this Protoss army is going to be much, much stronger than the Terran army.
Especially since he's maxed out right now, and with the Protoss player pretty much spearheading into them, and Ice pretty much just doing a sweep.
Keep in mind, Ice does have the medevac, so if this comes down to a very, late game, no base. Oh, but he has Colossus and Zealots here. This is not going to be effective.
Right there. High Templar is just waiting there, just waiting to do the damage they need to.
Yep, and he's got one more storm. Is he going to get picked off? No, he gets the storm off, and a beautiful storm right on all of the units. And another one.
Another storm.
Oh, this is not a very good base trade for Ice. He has lost all of his units, and he's lost all of his production.
Really good storm, just storm after storm, and then the cleanup.
This is going to get cleaned up, and Protoss is still in his main base doing all the damage he cares to do. Nothing the Terran can do about it.
Losses, but not even going to do that, even since there is only 1. But I feel like this is going to be GG soon.
Yep, I feel like Meat Plunger. The thing about Terran is if you can get to their production facilities, if you can get to where the units are coming out, you can shut them down incredibly effectively. They won't be able to rally, and they won't be able to do the DPS they need to do to take out any Protoss units. There's a GG. Wow, Meat Plunger taking another game. He's really showing some impressive moves here. We were very convinced that Brent was going to all kill at one point, then Meat Plunger comes out of nowhere and destroys 2 BCG players, 1 Terran, 1 Zerg. So let's see what BCG can send out to deal with this guy.
Do we know who our next player is? What race he is?
I don't know about what race, but I believe the next player is
I think it is Protoss.
Is it Protoss? I think it's Next Gen.
Well, we've seen what he's done against Zerg and Terran. Protoss versus Protoss, a very, very careful matchup. You have to do everything accordingly extremely well. If you do one thing wrong, then it's pretty much over until then. Kind of a coin flip matchup. Maybe not as much as EVZ, though, but still a fun game to watch.
Yeah, Protoss versus Protoss is an incredibly volatile matchup. A lot of things can totally swing the outcome. I mean, we've seen players like MC, hailed as one of the greatest Protoss in the world, taken out convincingly 3-0 by Genius. Also, one of the best Protosses in the world, but it's just a very tough matchup. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's always dangerous to play Protoss versus Protoss.
Yeah.
So it looks like our next player is ready to go. We're going to get this game started in just a few minutes. Stick with us.
Yep. Hello, everybody. This is BZG Slappy.
And this is BZG Cootie.
Here we are on Shakuras Plateau, and I believe this is game 5 or 4?
This is game number 5.
5. All right. In the top left position, we have none other than Meat Plunger representing Team Insight.
And in the bottom right, we have BZG Storm, the Protoss, who is red, representing Blitz Gaming. Now, we just saw Meat Plunger take another game off of BZG. The second one in a row, he pulled it off of BZG Ice, the Terran player, and it was a great game, long macro game. But due to some miscontrol of some ghosts, Ice ended up not having enough to deal with the army of Protoss. Attempted for a base trade and didn't quite succeed. So we'll see how this game pans out. Protoss versus Protoss, a little bit volatile, but we've got a Protoss expert here to guide us through it.
Definitely. In the Protoss versus Protoss matchup, well, this is cross positions, but it still doesn't matter because the thing about Protoss versus Protoss is you both have warpins, so you can both get to each other's base in 0 seconds. So really, there's a couple builds you can do. Recently, there's been lots of Phoenix-oriented builds. It's kind of new. Works really, really well. And there's also been lots of Zealot Archon builds. Fast one-base Colossus. Colossus extremely good in PvP since they can crush the force fields.
And completely melt Zealots, too.
Complete melt Zealots, and, Colossus an excellent unit. Same with the Archon, since it has been changed to be a massive unit. It can also stomp the force fields. Force fields pretty much stop the 4-gate. You just have to watch out for proxy pylons in your base. And as long as you force field good, the matchup can be kind of turn one way extremely fast. Because if you try to go up a ramp and you force field behind you and in front of you, things get pretty crazy. Usually, what Protoss players do is they usually go one Zealot and maybe a Stalker, or they skip the Zealot, get another gateway, and get 3 Stalkers. And by the time the one Zealot and Stalker come to your base, you can easily outrun the Zealot, and with good control, you can also take down the Stalker, giving you a huge lead. Every single unit is so important in this matchup.
Oh yeah, the 3 Stalker build, very, very easily shuts down any 4 gates. It's become very popular. Something else you see a lot in Protoss versus Protoss recently is a lot of Dark Templar builds.
Yes.
If your opponent ends up not going for a Robo, and instead for maybe 4 gates or a 3-gate Twilight Council for a Blink Stalker build, a Dark Templar can do a very good amount of damage, and if he does end up going Robo and has a lot of force fields, just make it an Archon, bust down the ramp. So it's a very strong build. You see Huck doing it a lot in a lot of professional games. Specifically, I think it was Huck versus Inca, I think it might have been. Great Dark Templar play there, but see how this game goes. We have 2 gates out. Looks like he's going for the 3 Stalkers. He's just chrono boosting 1, getting the second one out with a probe checking up here. Oh no, looks like Meat Plunger has a probe up here looking for a proxy pylon. Yep, there he goes.
Mm-hmm. And doing the build I said of getting the, you get 1 Stalker out, and then by the time both gateways should be available, you just make 2 more Stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Use that original Stalker, look around for your base for the
Probe.
for a probe or a pylon or anything, but checking around for the Zelnaga watchtowers, seeing if he can intercept anything. But the moment he goes up this ramp, if that sentry gets a good force field, it will be extremely painful to watch.
Oh yeah, if that sentry can split these Stalkers off, and the Zealot and Stalker can take 1 or 2 out, is he going to see? Oh no, he's not going to. He's going to back up before that sentry has a chance. There you go. Oh!
An amazing force field off.
Puts 2 Stalkers on the high ground.
Back. Not even going to lose that Zealot. Oh, there it goes. But still going to lose 2
Loses
Stalkers.
2 Stalkers for 1 Zealot. It is not a good trade for Storm at all.
50 minerals and 100 gas.
Oh.
That is so much.
Storm going for an early Nexus here. That's really dangerous in this matchup, especially when your opponent's putting out an Immortal here like this.
Yeah, I usually play like Meat Plunger here, usually going to end up getting 3 gateways and a robotics facility just pumping out Immortals. They are extremely good in this matchup because Immortals, not very good versus Zealots and Archons, but extremely good versus Blink Stalkers, the average build. This is kind of a matchup where you have to know what's up. And actually, also, Meat Plunger going for an expansion as well.
Wow, we might see the rare macro PvP. Very
Yeah.
interesting to watch. You see a lot of really strange builds, or not strange builds, but unusual and varied builds. You see motherships every once in a while. You see a large amount of Colossus. You see, you know, really unorthodox things like Colossus dropping. First popularized by White Raw, actually.
White Raw, yeah.
So I'm very excited. Protoss versus Protoss late game is one of the more fun things to watch.
Yeah.
So that might just be because of its scarcity in the world of pro gaming and amateur gaming.
Also, observer coming here to scout, see what's going on. He's going to know just what's up. Storm doesn't have really any tech right now.
No Twilight, no Robo.
No. Tech an extremely important thing in PvP, because the thing about the Protoss race is the moment you finish that Cybernetics core, you have 3 choices.